2, take 1.
So where am I looking, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm Connie and I am a part of the Package Free Larder committee, and I also help to manage the shop weekly as well.
My name's Ashley and I'm a committee member at the Package Free Larder, one of the co-founders and also a member of Zero Waste Portsmouth.
So I started learning about zero waste shops when I started uni in 2018, and I just couldn't believe that there wasn't a plastic free shop in Portsmouth. Like, Portsmouth has got a really lovely kind of, I don't know, creative scene, and I just really thought that it would be a really, really great thing to have a plastic free shop in Portsmouth, so why hasn't anybody done it?
For me, it's been a long time that I've had interest in the planet and animals. I've always loved animals and the community, and I hate seeing kind of waste and litter around in the area. So I actually came across the group on Facebook in 2019. It had already formed as a committee, and I just thought, oh my God, these are my people. I really need to get involved, and it's somewhere where I feel like not only me as an individual just making small impacts, I can actually help with a bigger community and really make a big impact. Back in 2017, there's a lady called Delphine, and she came up with a group for Zero Waste Portsmouth, just aiming to kind of reduce the waste in our city. And a year later, she'd had a few people as part of her group, and she decided to hold a meeting at a local cafe to kind of form a committee sort of thing. And she had this great idea to have an actual supermarket. So not only encouraging people to go zero waste, but actually be able to have an area where people can come and buy those products without the plastic. So that's sort of how it started.
For those who are unaware, how does shopping at a zero waste supermarket work?
It's different. You don't just walk in and pick up bag after bag and not really know like how much weight it is and stuff like that. So you normally come in, you bring an empty jar or whatever you've got. We've got paper bags. And it's generally a bit of a slower process. You really want to pick what you're having, so you pick up each jar, scoop the amount you want, and then sort of take it to the till. So it's different in the respect that you really know how much you're using, and also for me the good thing is that when you get home you're not going to have big jars in your cupboard that then go out of date because you haven't used them. You just get the amount that you want, so that's really nice.
We are community funded, so we raise money to open the shop, but we're also community led as well. So we have 50 volunteers in the shop every week. Well, we have people in the shop every week, but we have a total of 50 people that kind of come and go, and they help to run the shop as well as the managers that we have on shift to make sure that everything's open and people are responsible for it.
So how did you initially fundraise for the project?
So we set up a Facebook page, an Instagram page. We went through Crowdfunder, and there's 2 options on Crowdfunder. You can either pick one where people can just donate and you get a certain amount of money in the end after a period of time, but Crowdfunder take a bigger percentage, or you can pick this all or nothing option where you maybe set a bigger target, but if you don't get it, you don't get the funding. So for us, we went for that and we aimed for £40,000. We were struggling to pick between like 30,000, 50,000, so eventually we got to 40, but if we'd only got £39,999, we wouldn't have got a penny. It would have all got refunded. So it took a lot of planning in people's living rooms at the time, thinking how on earth do we do this? So marketing wise, yeah, we set up the pages, we made some little leaflets, and we each gave ourselves a section of the city to kind of just go and talk about it. Really, that's how it started.
Was it quite stressful, working out with the fundraising and stuff?
It was fun stress, if that is a term that I can use. It was definitely stressful, but it was exciting because every time I spoke about it to a person, we only got positive response. There was no one I spoke to that wasn't on board. Everyone, even if they couldn't donate, they said good luck or I'll share it. So it just fueled this excitement. So I guess it was stressful and scary at the start, but it just got more exciting.
Was there ever a point during the lead up that you felt like you might not succeed making the project?
Definitely. I think I was refreshing my screen every 5 to 10 minutes, seeing if anyone had donated an extra 50p or something. And there were definitely times when we thought, are we going to do this? I don't know. And there was a patch where it kind of slowed down during the middle, and that was a bit scary, definitely.
Do you feel like you needed to step out and actually make a difference, like take action?
Yeah, I feel a big urge to try and make a difference, but I think it's really hard as one person. It can feel like a big pressure on yourself to make a huge difference and not really know how as one person with two hands. So I've definitely always wanted to make a difference, but it has been a really hard journey. So I think if you just reach out to other people and find fellow people in your community that have the same interests and passions, it then becomes a lot easier to realise what you can do as an individual and also with other people to make a bigger impact.
So how has like the zero waste project and community impacted your life personally?
Oh, that's a really sweet question. Well, I mean, me personally, I found it really hard to reduce my plastic consumption until we opened up this shop. I could kind of do little things, but then as soon as the shop was open, all of my food shopping I can now buy plastic free. So that was a huge impact for my waste and me wanting to reduce my consumption of things. I can like visually see it now. But I'd say the community side of it has been the best part, because all the volunteers that come and work with us are so passionate, and they're here just because they want to help and because they care about the movement of like plastic pollution and climate change. So it's just got like the loveliest environment when I work in the shop. So it's had like a really profound impact on me, and I love it here.
The zero waste community for me has, it might sound a bit overwhelming, but it really has changed my lifestyle and changed my life as a person. Like, it makes me happier knowing that there's people around me that share the same values and morals, and I think this sense of all being in this together is really important right now, especially through things like a pandemic that we've been in. I think people can feel quite alone, and being part of the zero waste movement, it's not just actually making those changes and being zero waste, it's actually being part of something bigger, and you get friendships involved. There's a lot of love in there. So yeah, it's really changed me for the better.
When we opened the shop, we had opened after the first lockdown, and we were starting from scratch with safety of people in mind, trying to protect each other from COVID. So that was definitely something that we wouldn't have had to think about before, but we've got quite a good system in place now. With COVID at the moment, we ask that you take a cloth around with you and wipe over anything that you touch. And how it works is just bring a jar to a flat surface, use a clean scoop, decant the product into your paper bag or glass jar, and then pop the dirty scoop in the used scoop bucket. And then once you're done doing that, you just pop the jar back and give it a wipe over. And that's pretty much it. And our customers, thankfully, are really, really great at following the guidelines and the procedures that we have in place, like wiping down as you go, everybody wears a mask, and people seem to be like quite happy now to do it. I think it's become the norm to shop like that and make each other feel safe. But yeah, it was definitely at first when we opened the shop, it was a little bit of a, okay, well, what do we do?
Yeah, we've got loads of loyal customers now. It's so nice. It feels like a little family, really, and it's constantly growing. So any new customer should feel really welcome. We kind of show them around, and I think our aim is to really have people from this side of the spectrum who don't even know what zero waste is, maybe don't realise what impact they're having on the planet. Then we've got people that have been kind of doing zero waste and part of the movement for years, know what they're doing, come and see us regularly. And for us, we want to get every single person from all sides of the spectrum. So we want to encourage everyone to come in and help anyone, no matter where they are on their journey.
And I just love talking with customers. That's something that I really, really love. I love doing that before we open the shop, and I love doing it loads now, because it's not necessarily about shopping, it's about saving the planet, essentially. So it's really, really nice to like hear different people's journeys and just to support them in doing that. And they always seem so excited about the products that we have in the store, which is really nice.
Lovely to see you.
Yes.
See you again sometime.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
It just makes me feel proud. I didn't realise that you could do something like this, and it's a really big achievement to feel part of. Like, I know when I'm older, I'll look back and just feel really like heartwarming and happy that I was part of it and I joined in.
What has been your kind of most memorable or enjoyable moment whilst like working on this product and project and building it up from the ground?
When we hit our target.
When we hit the £40,000 target.
I cried so much in happiness. I didn't think we would get there, and we didn't even just hit our target, we went over it. It was just this euphoric feeling knowing that we achieved something so great and that it meant a lot to so many people. That was, yeah, it was the best feeling. I think it's been a huge success personally. It's been a success for me as a person, a success for my fellow committee members, all the volunteers that we've managed to help. That gives them a sense of purpose. Maybe some of them are retired or they can't work for other reasons, or they're students. We've given them an opportunity as well, and it's been a success for the community to actually get on board and try being a bit more zero waste. So that, yeah, it's a complete success for me.
It has made an impact, and considering we're one of the very few shops like this in Portsmouth, we're seeing it now, but hopefully there'll be more shops opening all over Portsmouth and all over Hampshire so that everybody can see the impact of what's happening here.
As the zero waste community grows, where do you think the Package Free Larder can go from here?
I think it's got so many roads it can go on. So at the moment we're increasing our events, so we're really working on that education side. Now that we've got the shop, we've got products, and we're still going to expand our range every now and again, get more products in that we feel people want to buy. But for us now, I think moving forward, it's going to be great to teach people new tips of how they can go zero waste. And in future, for me, I don't see any reason why we can't have more Package Free Larders across the city.
We would love to start our workshops again. So before the Package Free Larder opened, when the Package Free Larder was just an idea, it was an idea of the founder of Zero Waste Portsmouth, Delphine, who also is on the Package Free Larder committee, and she also manages the shop too. So it was all her idea because she was already doing waste saving workshops, so workshops about how to sew, how to compost, how to do a whole variety of things, and they would always be free or just cover the cost of the materials. So we would love to be able to start our Zero Waste Portsmouth workshops again on the shop floor whenever it's safe to do so. And I think that we would really love to go into schools and do educational talks about that. As much as the shop is fantastic, we really want to focus on education and sharing, just kind of spreading the word about how it doesn't have to cost money to go zero waste. In fact, you actually save money because you're buying less, you're wasting less, you're reusing more. And then hopefully just more products in the shop. Hopefully we can get more and more exciting things. Every month we have more products in store, which is really, really nice.
I think that's all our questions.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's really good.